Good morning, Periscope. This is Judge Dawson, and I'm doing one of my court periscopes before court starts. Today is a good day. Today is a great day to be alive. I hope you are enjoying your day. I want to thank everyone who tunes in to these court periscopes. It's very interesting. We normally hear all types of cases, from traffic cases all the way up to murder charges I've had in this court. And, you know, it's never a dull moment. I feel I'm blessed to be in this position as judge. And as you can see in my description, I consider myself a cycle breaker. I am trying to break all the negative cycles that exist in our community. Thank you so much for everyone who is enjoying the scopes, sharing the scopes, sending those hearts. They mean so much. Thank you. Thank you. I am always trying to educate the community. If you go to my website, www.cyclebreakeracademy.com, there are free ebooks there. My new ebook is on the website, and I'm going to even come out with another free ebook next month because I want to change the world one person at a time. I figure if I'm your judge, or at least the judge in this city, I have an obligation to do more than just sit on this bench and create rulings and decide on cases. I want to change lives. So when I do these periscopes, when I post on Instagram and Facebook, it's all to uplift our community. Thank you so much, E. Dawson, for sharing that. That's wonderful. Just so you know, in my courtroom, I have signs up talking about being a cycle breaker. And let me see, I wonder if I could show you the signs. Here, take a look at my courtroom really quick because no one's here. So here's a good, if you notice, I have a board over here in the corner that talks about, you know, positive things. And then I have signs on my wall, picture about success, and two more signs talking about the principles of being a cycle breaker. So when I talk about I'm trying to change the world and I'm trying to create positivity for everybody, that's something that I eat, sleep, and breathe, trying to make positive change. And I'll tell you, being a cycle breaker is not an easy thing. You know, it's not easy to say, you know, I don't promote drunk driving. So that means you can never see Judge Dawson out in the bar getting drunk. If I say I don't promote domestic violence, you will never see me in a domestic violence situation with my wife. I've learned skills how to deal with the small controversies that we have. If I say that you need to be a better father or mother, you won't see me abusing my children. That reminds me. So the other day in court, I didn't turn on Periscope, but I had a weird case. And this may offend some people, but it's all about breaking cycles. I had two young ladies charged with child endangering and possession of drugs. So what happened? The two young ladies were possessing drugs, smoking marijuana, thank you, smoking marijuana with their young child, with a young child in the back. The back seat had a 2-year-old child while the mother was driving with her friend smoking marijuana. Now, I know there are people out there who feel there's nothing wrong with smoking marijuana, and I'm not even going to debate that. But the bottom line, in this state, in Ohio, and in many other states, smoking marijuana is still illegal. So for one, you're going to get caught up in the legal system just by doing it. And then the other risk is that child is going to believe that that behavior is acceptable. And what if your child doesn't want to smoke marijuana? What if your child wants to grow up and have a body that doesn't have that in them? But you're already deciding their fate because you're riding around, smoking the weed, you know, listening to music. And when the two young ladies were in front of me in court, they didn't think anything was wrong with it. Nothing. They didn't think anything was wrong with it. So that goes to my subject. Either we are going to foster a culture of winning or one of failing, a culture of losing. I watched LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers take over the game last night and beat Dallas. I'm from Cleveland, so obviously that's my team. And I'll tell you, LeBron James has an embedded culture in his body of winning. He's been winning since he was a young boy. He had trials and tribulations, and life wasn't rosy, but at the same time, his mom and his influence, they actually embedded a culture of winning. So he knows how to make good decisions. I hope that all of you, all of us, can decide right today, no matter what our past has been, no matter what we've been through, no matter the brokenness from our relationships, no matter how many times we've been to court and that judge is giving you a sentence that you didn't like, I don't care if you've been locked up, if you've been bankrupt, if you are back on the right track, get rid of that culture of losing, because you are not a loser. We were not born to lose. We were born to win. And we have to believe that with every inch of our body, because we have a culture of winning. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to start this day. I wanted to start this day with a good Periscope. If you have any questions, I'll take them. Will I scope on Thursday? Most likely I will. Thursdays is the normal day that I do Periscopes. Today is Wednesday. Today is my traffic court day. Not too exciting, so I don't do any Periscopes. I normally Periscope from court on Monday and Wednesday because it's a little more exciting. Wayne, you say the Mavericks gave up. No, Dirk Nowitzki, he's good. He never gives up. That guy has a culture of winning too. But what happens is LeBron had the experience of losing to them in the finals, and ever since he is 7-0 against Dallas because he tapped into that culture of winning. And he said, I'm not going to allow my teams to win. So he throws that winning culture on his back. That's what we can do. We can throw that winning culture on the backs of our lives, our family, our friends, and we could take them to the promised land, right? Okay, yes, I am a judge. This is my courtroom. I'm a judge in Cleveland, Ohio, but my passion is empowering people. So I'm Periscoping today from court before court actually starts. If you are interested, you can follow me on Instagram. On Instagram, you'll see some of my other talents. I'm a yogi. I am serious about my yoga. I'm serious about my family. You'll see all that stuff on my Instagram. Let me see. Why, when people plead no contest, you find them guilty? Oh, great question. No contest is similar to a guilty plea. What happens is with no contest, well, with guilty, you're saying, I admit that I did, I'll tell you that, Wayne, I admit that I did X, Y, and Z. That's guilty. No contest is saying, I am not disputing that I did X, Y, and Z. Now, you may have a chance to tell me why you did it, and maybe I should find you not guilty. But yes, a no contest plea is similar to a guilty plea. Oftentimes, with a no contest plea, the person stipulates to a finding of guilt. Great question. So yes, it's the same, but the big difference is no contest cannot be used against you in a later proceeding. All right. I pray God be with you, and thank you. Absolutely. I do my best to try and be fair to everybody that's before me, especially the inmates. People make mistakes. Oftentimes, the consequence of your mistake means you may have fines, you may have costs, you may have to go to jail, but that's not the end of your story. Now, of course, if you have a life sentence, well, even if you have a life sentence, that's not the end of your story because your story goes on there. So the bottom line is that we can all recover. And that's what I try to do. So you can follow me on Instagram at Judge Dawson. Follow me on Facebook. Should you attend the court session of kids that stole your car? Absolutely. Well, here's the key. If you are interested in your case, you always want to be there. The prosecutor likes to see it, the defense attorney and the judge. So if you have a court case, you're a victim, yes, you want to come without a doubt. In addition to that, like I said, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and go to my website, www.cyclebreakeracademy. Thank you so much. You can get my my ebook, my brand new book called The Cycle Breaker, and I'm going to continue to update that site because I want to use it as a training tool for every one of us who wants to make our lives a little better. Last one, no witness, no case. Is that true? It all depends. When you commit a crime or when you're accused of a crime, you are accused of committing a crime against the city, the state, or even the United States. So the victim actually becomes the state. They need someone to show up as a witness oftentimes to verify what occurred. So yes, oftentimes you need a witness, but in some situations, if you have no witness, the judge has no choice but to dismiss the case. Any good mentoring programs? I will say this. I had a meeting the other day with the Salvation Army. They want to partner and do some things here. And, they're great. The Salvation Army, they have mentoring programs that are absolutely great. Thank you. I agree. You know what? I've never met Judge Mathis, but I would love to have a judge show. And let me tell you why. I think people need to see compassion from the bench. Some of our judges, I love them. I respect them because they're doing their thing. But I'm not about embarrassing people. I'm about people accepting responsibility. And at the same time, you're still human. So I don't know if that's a interesting judge show to see a judge with compassion. but nevertheless, that's something that I would love to do. Absolutely. So, hey, if any of you out there have those contacts, hey, let me know. We can spread this positivity all over America. Okay, remember, www.cyclebreakeracademy.com, at Judge Dawson on Instagram, at Judge Dawson on Facebook. Again, I just love coming on Periscope, trying to encourage people, trying to be positive, and I appreciate every single one of you because your time is valuable. You didn't have to tune in to me. You didn't have to share it with your friends. And that's another thing. You know this Periscope stays open for 24 hours. Share it on your social media. Ask your friends to come and see it because my message is we have to develop a culture of winning so that we can just plain and simple stop losing. The only way you can stop the losing is develop a culture of winning. Hey, maybe I can do that for the Cleveland Browns. Who knows? That's a culture of losing, but we're going to turn that around eventually. So again, thank you for your time. I appreciate all the hearts. I appreciate all the viewers. God bless. Have an excellent day. And when I go to court, yes, I will be fair and I will be compassionate, but I'll also be firm. All right. Take care.